Hi, this is Dr. Shungo Blake, CEO of True SK Consultants, host of the Classroom Hip Hop 101 with yours truly, Dr. Blizzy, and the nation's hip hop principal. I have over 28 years experience of educating students in urban communities, and along with that, I have done extensive research on how to improve urban schools. Parents, here's some academic tips for you. If you are struggling with your child's curriculum, don't panic. Get in touch with your child's teacher. Contact the school. There are several online resources that are available to you. Make use of them. Here are some online resources that you can find by simply Googling. Albert 612 Math and ELA Resources and Assessments, New York Times Learning Network, Scholastic Learn at Home, Achieve 3000, Amazon Future Engineer, American Museum of Natural History, Curriculum Associates, Girls Who Code, Great Minds, and Hands to Mind. In addition, several districts and teachers' unions are providing resources to parents during this pandemic coronavirus. If you would like more tips and information, go to trueskconsultants.com every Friday, 3 p.m. for a question and answer session. Join our live stream. And thank you. Consultants, the nation's hip hop principal and host of the Classroom Hip Hop 101 with Dr. Blizzy. I don't know how you guys are hearing the music in the background, but I thought I'd start with some blessings, vibes, give us some good energy, good spirit. We have another wonderful show, that we're about to set off. It's more of a conversation than a show.
All of the teachers, the educators, the people who are on the front lines, the parents, all of you guys at this point in time. And I want to let you know that you are all doing a good job. Now, most people don't think that they're doing a good job because they're looking at the performance of one single thing. But you guys are juggling so many different things. And you don't look at a juggler and say, wait a minute, you didn't juggle that one ball correct. You watch everything that's in rotation, and you are doing an excellent job. Do not compare your ending, your beginning, to someone else's ending. You have teachers who've been working most of their lives educating themselves in terms of how to teach children. You as parents, although you're their first teacher, you may not be as in depth as they are in terms of teaching your child in the way that the schools educate. So don't look towards how we did things last time to compare yourself to how you're educating at this point in time. One of the most important things that you can do is to enjoy yourself. Right now, we have an unprecedented time where you can talk with your child, you can spend quality time. Enjoy this time. I know that is pretty difficult despite everything that's going on, but your children are looking at you to see exactly how they should handle it.
Okay, a lot of parents, believe it or not, is concerned about graduation. And I'm speaking to CECs and stuff to see how holistically the districts to come up with a graduation platform, because some schools may be technology more savvy than others, and we don't want different qualities of graduations per school. So I know that graduations is a big concern for parents and the kids. So just figuring out how that is going to happen and what schools need support, and how we could, I mean, also partner parent coordinators with each other who's stronger in technology. So a lot of I know principals, y'all doing a lot, but if you have like Mr. Patterson, who are, your school environment technology savvy and stuff like that, we can help other principals who maybe not that savvy. So parents are not always getting the information that they need timely, because it's so much for us to work through. So I would say the more information they're given, and control what they can control. I keep on telling them as well, we're doing the best we can. Everybody's doing the best they can. So I would say just them trying to gear them towards trying to control what they can control, instead of trying to worry about everything else they can. So that's the biggest thing with parents.
Dr. Rux, people can see you, and we like to just welcome you. Sorry that you had a little technical difficulty in terms of logging on, but everybody's interested in hearing from you in terms of the reality of what's happening. You are intimately involved in the work of responding to the pandemic. From a system standpoint, on a district level, and I'm sure you're having conversations with people all throughout the city. So, what would you share with parents and teachers at this time in terms of advice? And I just want you to know you got a lot of people from both Brooklyn and Queens on the chat.
Okay, shout out to Brooklyn and Queens. Of course, shout out to District 29 as well. First, just thank you for even having me. I applaud forums like this, and it's a great opportunity just to share information and connect. So thank you for that. In reference to advice that I would give, there's several things that come to mind. First and foremost, we really can't let the shelter in define us. Can't let it define you. We really need to focus on defining what the shelter in is. Like, we can't let it define who we are, how we operate. And digging a little deeper, we can no longer think how we used to think. We can no longer operate how we used to operate. And it's important for us at this time to really reconsider how we think about achievement and opportunity in like a whole new light now. And we really need to now consider this digital divide and the resource gap. Like, those are real things right now. And as we pull back these layers, right, we really have to consider that the shelter in is a haven for some of our children and some of our families, but simultaneously it serves as a lockdown for others. We have children and families who are able to use this time to plan, to build, reflect, and make new plans for the future, while others, unfortunately, have only been able to see this shut-in as like a paralyzing imprisonment. And that's real for some of our children. That's real for some of our families. But I believe that through this pandemic and who we are as people, right, we fortunately have the capacity to imagine and reimagine and reconceive what's possible. Like, think about it. The way we came together to provide remote learning to 1.1 million children in just a short period of time is really nothing less than stellar. And when you think about it, when we really focus on something, we're really unstoppable, right? When we focus on something, and just this platform alone, I think it's really just a gift. It's a pleasure to be here, and to me, I'm always looking for a call to action, and really just a call for everyone who's listening this afternoon to really begin to think about reimagining as educators, as parents, what measuring student learning could actually look like moving forward beyond a state exam. We're not taking the state exams. And not to say that state exams don't serve a purpose, they absolutely do. But we have the unique opportunity at this time to really create the next wave of assessments and practices to really capture so much more of our children's abilities, gifts, and their talents.
Let me jump in. Let me jump in. And first and foremost, I want to say what's up to my brother, Dr. Rux, out there. Thank you for coming on and joining. We did the St. John's panel along with Dr. Blake not too long ago. It's like a brotherhood here. It's almost like a fraternity sometimes with us, especially with us black male educators, I must say. I just want to say, if there are any parents out there with any concerns, I did post my email in the chat. So any parents out there with any concerns, please email me so we can get that addressed. And I've got probably about another 15 minutes, and I'm going to try to come back. Hopefully you guys will still be on.
Brother Shady Duke. Shady Duke is affiliated director of East Flatbush Village Inc. And East Flatbush Village Inc. is in partnership with True SK to bring this information to the Brooklyn community. We are working in partnership. This is a true school community effort. And I just want him to share some words. And if you have any questions for Dr. Rux, my brother, please ask whatever question you may have. How you doing, Doc? How you doing, Shady?
Hi, how's everything? Dr. Rux, thank you so much. You make a really good point saying you reach out to the community, use the community, right? Um, everyone is, we're all each other's resources, right? Uh, Dr. Rux, you said we have to reach out to our community and ask questions, ask for help, right? Who are the leaders in the community that are, at least in our community, that we can reach out to? Meaning, like, um, should we reach out to principals? Should we be reaching out to organizations? Like, who exactly are we reaching out to, or is it just anybody?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I need some sugar, I may call my neighbor across the street. However, but if I need some information regarding remote learning specifically, the first person I'm going to reach out to is my child's teacher. If I can't get my answers from my child's teacher, I'm going to reach out to the assistant principal or the principal. If I can't get an answer from the principal or the assistant principal, then there's the district office. So there's so many layers. However, I'm certain that as information comes, we've been doing a great job of providing our parents with information as it comes. We know it keeps changing day by day, hour by hour. But just one, you just gotta know. Like we know we can't read minds, and the more people communicate what their needs are, what their successes are, what their challenges are, and we can work together to resolve those.
I think what you're saying about communication is critical because nobody is a mind reader, and we all are traveling through this uncharted territory together. Just want to read a comment. Dean Johnson says the best time to get responses from teachers are most likely during regular school hours. Some students are posting concerns late in the evening hours. Therefore, they usually will not get a response until the following day. And he said, that being said, many educators are making themselves available to students well into the evening hours, anyway. I mean, but if you really, just it's a virtual regular school day. So you should try to reach out to the teachers during the day, not in the evening. Because and I want to say this, I always try to bring the balance. We, of course, everybody expects the teachers and the educators to reach out to the community and the parents. But the balance to that is that we are all experiencing trauma. We are all experiencing levels of loss, sickness, loss of different situations. So it requires a human touch on both sides of the coin, right? So I think it's like there should be a strategy towards communicating, right? Not getting on the phone and saying, I try to get on the computer and barking because you're dealing with another person on that other line who's equally as stressed as you. And how can you move things forward for your child if you can't have the proper protocols in the conversations that you're having?
And I'll say this, Dr. Blake,
yes.
In reference to the communication piece, we're really practicing flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, yes, there's that typical school day. However, that just may not work for some. So understanding that may not work for some, we do have times where people are reaching out in the evening and people are being as flexible as we can. We're trying to be as flexible as we can to provide whatever necessary support we can. And a lot of times that may come with thinking outside the box in order to make it happen, and we're doing that.
Yes.
And you're right. I totally agree that we're all experiencing some form of trauma. By now, at this point, everyone knows someone
yes.
who's been infected by this virus. Personally speaking, I was COVID positive. It was a long 26 days, but even throughout that time, still doing what I can to support our school leaders, support my family, and it was tough, and I'll say this, the COVID-19 really did confirm my resilience. And just to be transparent, not because I didn't die, right? And we know that so many thoughts and prayers to the people who have lost their lives through this unfortunate time. But really because instead of being consumed and focused on the fear, I really shifted my focus to really view this moment in time, view this moment of pause to really reflect, prioritize, and spend more time unpacking and unraveling my passion, right? And really recommitting to my purpose of using education as a tool to save lives. So when I spoke about earlier, like we really got to find a way to come out of this better. So by recommitting my purpose and also using this time to inspire, motivate, and share positivity through forums just like this. So I do applaud you again for this forum.
Thank
Another
you.
forum like this where we can not only hear questions and provide insight, but also just encourage that we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together.
Yes, and so some more check-ins. Shout out from hey Mia Pebbles, how are you? She's here. It's like a reunion for me. My question is, how do I communicate with the teacher who is not communicating? That's my frustration. That's a question from a parent.
Okay, so thank you for that question.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you answer that, I just want to say this. I am so happy that you decided. I wasn't going to bring it up unless you brought it up in terms of talking about what you experienced. And the reason why I'm happy that you brought it up in terms of COVID-19 and your resilience is that we need to hear the other side. We don't need to always hear that somebody went in and didn't come back. We need to know that somebody worked through a process, somebody was resilient. You know, me and you talked a couple of times by text, and I could hear your resilience. I could hear you're pushing through. And just, man, thank God you're here with us because our children need you. And I know that you're going to come out of this even greater in terms of what you provide for our community. So I just wanted to say that. But there is that question on the table in terms of the parent being frustrated in terms of the communication.
So one, even I don't know what school or district, but I apologize on behalf of there being a gap in communication. And if you haven't been able to communicate directly with that teacher, the next step would absolutely be to reach out to the principal and assistant principal. I'm certain that they'll respond to your inquiry and try to give you the support that you need, or at least, and then they can circle back to find out what the issue is concerning the teacher not being able to respond to you as well, and rectify that as soon as possible. But I would say the next step is absolutely to reach out to the principal.
Yes, and this is a parent out of Brooklyn. So Dean Johnson, I know you're on the line. It's Jalil Dunbar's mom. Principal Patterson also left his email in the chat. So, Mom, you can actually directly look in the chat. Reach out to Principal Patterson. His email is there. It's gpatter@schools.nyc.gov. You can send him an email. I'm sure they can help you out with whatever thing that you're trying to get done.
Also, in addition, if it's anything with homework help,
hold on 1 second. So listen, I want to thank you again for being with us, Dr. Rux. This was very invaluable. Hopefully we can do a part 2 and get you actually in the video queue. You know, I don't want everybody to think that this is how we do it, but we have to make adjustments to the new reality.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Take care. I'm sorry, Shady, you were going to say?
Yeah, if it's anything with something with homework help, so we're also doing homework help from K through 5. So if it's anything with your kids doing homework or they can't understand a homework packet, East Flatbush Village is willing to help you all from 4 to 5 p.m. We're doing homework. You just email us saying that, hey, my kid's in this grade and need some help with homework. Every kid is given a 15-minute time frame so we can work with them one-on-one with their homework. So please I'll put the email in the bottom below. Reach out to us as well. Like Dr. Rux is saying, use your resources, right? We are a resource. Please let us know that you need help, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys out.
Thank you. And somebody said thank you. I'm sending Mr. Patterson an email now. So again, guys, this is a forum. This forum is for you, parents and teachers. So, you know, it's very unique because usually parents have their forum or teachers have theirs, but this is an opportunity for us to close the communication gap, build better understanding, work together as a community. We really have to work with each other. I had said something to a friend of mine the other day that it is incumbent upon us to build the necessary infrastructures that our community needs in order to sustain itself. I mean, if coronavirus hasn't shown anything else, it has shown the inequities in the system. It has shown the systemic oppression. It has shown lack of resources and really lack of care when it comes to communities of color. So ultimately, to me, what it is showing is that no one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is that we're talking to each other, we're building relationships, we're not tearing each other down, we're lifting each other up, we're figuring out ways in which we can pull together on behalf of our children. And we know that this is not an easy task to the parents out there. And we know it's not an easy task to the teachers out there who are, teaching remotely, and you're used to that connection with your children. And now there's this separation between you and the child. Some children are not logging on. So, I do want to say that that we're going to continue to do this every week. I also have some videos. I should drop them in this chat that give tips and resources to parents and teachers. Next week, the first video for you to give you some support and some guidance around some of the things that you can do. District 29 parents. There's an email, district29parentsconcerns@gmail.com, for parents to email District 29 directly. So again, there is resources for you, right? So I just love the fact that the educators are jumping on this. I love the fact that so many principals are on here. And if you have something that you would like to say, then wave that hand, and we will bring you into the queue, and you can speak directly to all of us. So, Shady, I'd like to thank you for coming on. And I'd like to thank East Flatbush Village for partnering with us. I think this is an excellent partnership. And, we're going to reach a lot of people by hitting it from both angles. So thank you again. 741, they got a crisis helpline, NYC Well program. It's a big text in the chat. Check that out. Copy it, paste it, utilize it. These are resources for you. Somebody said, thank you, and this too shall pass. Amen. Yes, it will. And on that note, I want to finish how we started, and that is with this poem. And by the way, I think Shaka just dropped the YouTube channel. So it goes, some of you might not have heard it, but I think it's something for us to reflect that we don't always go down the morbid road, that we also see the potential for opportunity. It goes like this. And the people stayed home and read books and listened and rested and exercised and made art and played games and learned new ways of being and were still and listened more deeply. Some meditated, some prayed, some danced, some met their shadows. And the people began to think differently, and the people healed. And in the absence of people living in ignorance, dangerous, mindless, and heartless ways, the earth began to heal. And when the danger passed and the people joined together again, they grieved their losses and made new choices and dreamed new images and created new ways to live and heal the earth fully. And they have been healed.
PM tru-sk-consultant.com. I'll put in the description. Tune in with us at 3 p.m. Hello, Andre. Hello, Marie. How y'all doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Seeing some other people. I'm not seeing everybody, but if I didn't say hi to you, I'm so sorry. But thank you for tuning in with me. I'm about to log off to go to tru-sk-consultants.com, the website where parents and teachers are connected, social, emotional support, and making sure that we are working together. We are all essential in our own way of how we have to cope with this. Not essential to be outside on the streets, but essential where we are at home with our kids, we are coping. And if it's not at home with our kids, we are just at home with our families or with ourselves, just trying to get through this as well. So we all need to help each other the best way we can.
It's our responsibility to teach our children. No matter what they learn in the schools, you will make sure that they learn what they need to sustain them. And while we're talking about teaching our children, let us learn new skills during this time of the pandemic. It's time that we save ourselves.